State of Virginia is the newest state to legalize the recreational adult use of cannabis. But what they're about to do is about to rob their citizens of billions of tax dollar revenue. And the reason that's happening is because Abigail Spanberger, the new government, isn't doing it for the citizens and the voters that voted for her. She's doing it for her puppet masters, which are the multi-state operators. Guys, my name's Chris from Berger Buds, and I'm actually a Virginia state resident, but this doesn't just apply to the state of Virginia. Virginia is the newest state to, go down this road of legal sale of cannabis for adults. Everything I'm about to talk about in this video can apply to every state that's already legal or maybe about to flip. But what I'm going to do is I'm not going to just talk about how this is happening. I'm going to talk about why it matters, and I'm going to give you a solution to the problem. So let's dive into it. When you look at what's happened in Virginia, Abigail promised the retail sale of cannabis. Okay? She's in the hot seat. She's done a lot of dirty stuff as governor that a lot of people aren't happy about. And when she vetoed that bill, it put her even in a hotter seat than before. But now it's back on the table. But when you look at that bill, the prior bill and the bill she's offering right now, it's trash. This woman is doing nothing more than what she's being dictated to do by her puppet masters. And who are those puppet masters? Simple. It's the multi-state operators. If you guys haven't been following the news when it comes to cannabis lately, just in the past few days, cannabis is on the New York Stock Exchange now. And there's three major players when it comes to that. Let me get mine. Alright, one of them being Cureleaf Holdings, Green Thumb Industries, and True Leaf Cannabis. I've done a whole bunch of videos on Kim Rivers and True Leaf Cannabis. Basically what you have in the cannabis industry now, due to the rescheduling and the medical laws changing, you have cannabis lobbyists. So these lobbyists are buying politicians. And when you look at the laws, not just in the state of Virginia, but in every state that's gone rec for, retail sales, none of these states are benefiting or playing fair to the local small craft legacy growers. That's what this channel is all about. And this is super important, and I'm going to explain to you why, comparing it to the wine industry in the state of Virginia. Because when you look at the craft wine industry in Virginia, hold on, I gotta go through here. It's huge, okay? You're talking about, and it's huge on the fact of just the tax revenue from the businesses itself, but also what it attracts to tourism. My opinion is, if the state of Virginia, and every state, because I know Virginia is a little different when it comes to agriculture and having the ability with the soil and the weather to grow wine, but that wine industry is an $8 billion industry that fuels tourism as well. People have moved to this state for wine, specifically, not just to drink it, but to grow it. And I'm going to break down the stats of how this has happened in 30 years, but when you look at it, my grandpa always said, if you're going to do something right, do it right the first time. And Virginia and Abigail Spanberger is not doing it right the first time for the citizens. She's doing it exactly right for the multi-state operators. She's paving the way for big business and corporate cannabis to take over the state's industry, and that is going to steal a lot of revenue from the state that could be fixed right now. Now, I know a lot of people argue with me when I make these videos. It's like, it's big business, it's corporate government. You can't stop this. That is complete bullshit, guys. Get off your ass. Stop being a pussy when it comes to this. We have the numbers, okay? But you guys already feel defeated mentally because of the propaganda and just how government makes you work. I'm telling you right now, I have a petition for a Small Growers Legacy Act that I'll pin in the comment section below. Sign it if you believe what I'm talking about. Now, this is for Virginia, but however, this can also apply to any other state. But before we get into that, let's talk about the stats of just the wine industry and compare that to what this potentially could become for the cannabis industry in Virginia if it was done properly, okay? So what you have to look at, this is about a 30-year period. So in 2010, the craft wine industry basically employed 4,753 people and generated $747 million in state economy taxes with only 193 wineries. Now, this is important to realize because originally the bill that Abigail vetoed capped, it was a 350 licenses, and then she cut it down to 250. But still, at 193 wineries, 4,700 employees, $747 million. Now that's in 2010. Now let's jump to 2019 when there's 357 wineries, which is roughly the cap off of the licensing that this bill started at. So at 357 wineries, $1.73 billion went into the state economy because of the craft wine industry business. Okay? Think about that. Now, granted, it took 9 years, but basically you have the data right here that you should be copying in order to put this in place for the craft cannabis industry. But you're not doing it. But let's keep going. So let's jump to 2025, which is pretty prevalent. So as of 2025, the wine industry generates $8.37 billion total, with $1.9 billion going to state taxes and $382.75 million in tourism. Now, guys, I'm going to tell you from firsthand experience. I've gotten busted about 25 years ago. ATF, FBI, everything right in my house. That put a salty taste in my mouth, and it motivated me to move to the West Coast, basically California and Oregon, before their recreational thing. It was all their medical programs. And I'm telling you right now, I moved there because of the laws. If Virginia wrote the right laws, they would bring people into the state, which would generate more real estate tax, more business tax, more tourism tax. They're not capitalizing on this long term, because what you have to realize is Abigail Spanberger's looking at a lottery win. She wants short-term money. She's at the poker table and wants one hand to win her everything while she's in office. You can't look at it that way. You have to look at the longevity of these laws and what they will cause for the citizens once you're out of office. Because what I'm proposing is a long-term plan, and long money lasts. Okay? And this money is going to the citizens instead of her. Because, let's be real, politicians are whores. What else do we got here? But, I mean, that's really about it. So, how do you prevent this? How do you stop this? Well, for one, you stop acting like big government and big corporations have already won. What you have to look at is the petition I have in place, and not only do I have a petition, but it revolves around a small grower, local grower legacy act. And a couple of key points I will bring in on this. It caps off licensing for multi-state operators. It causes multi-state operators to be residents in the state for at least 2 to 5 years, which is no different than a capital gains tax when you're selling real estate. And it just evens the playing field. It allows consumer direct sales from a small local grower to the consumer. It reduces fees. I mean, I have a whole bill written out. Not only that, it restructures the entire Cannabis Control Authority for Virginia, which is a complete fucking joke. Nobody on that board is actually in any kind of agriculture or the cannabis industry. It's all bankers. And I've been predicting this Wall Street jump. And what you're seeing is it's big money when it comes to cannabis. You're talking a $300 to $500 billion industry right as of right now. Now that Wall Street's in it, it's going to turbocharge it. These people aren't going to want to share their cookies in the cookie jar. Okay? And as citizens, we have to fight. And if this truly is a democracy, have a voice. Sign this petition. Make some noise. At least try. At least say you tried. Don't sit on the couch and just sit back and be like, oh, it's pointless. It's pointless. I'm fighting this fight, and I think you guys should too, guys. But that's it. If you like what I'm talking about, please subscribe to the channel. Ring the notification bell. Check out the pinned comment I'll leave in the section below to sign the petition and pass this along. Get more people to sign this petition and make the state of Virginia and Abigail Spanberger aware that as a voting citizen, a tax-paying citizen, We do not agree with what she's doing. She's basically funneling money to multi-state operators into her own bank account and preventing that money being spread across the board evenly to the citizens and businesses of the state of Virginia. Okay, guys, peace, stay green, and keep growing.